I'm going to win, not because it's easy, not because the world owes me anything. I'm going to win because I refuse to quit. I've been knocked down, I've been doubted, I've been counted out before the fight even started. But I'm still here. I don't care how many times I've failed. I don't care how many times I've been told, you can't. Every scar, every setback, every sleepless night, they're all fuel. The pain I've carried is not my weakness. It's my weapon when the world says stop. I'll keep moving when my body screams enough. I'll push harder when my mind whispers you can't. I'll roar back, watch me. I'm not chasing approval. I'm not here to fit in. I'm here to break limits. My limits, the road will be long. The nights will be cold, and the fight will be brutal, but I will not give up. I will not retreat. I will not surrender. Because I've decided no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many storms I walk through, I will find a way. I will fight until I can't breathe. I will stand when I'm bleeding. I will crawl if I have to. And when it's all over, when the dust clears, when the doubters fade, I'll be the one left standing. I'm going to win, not someday, not maybe, but now. Refuse to quit, no matter how many times you've failed. Failure is not the end. It is a teacher, a trainer, a relentless force that shapes you into something stronger than you were before. Every time you fall, you are given a choice. Stay down and let the world pass you by. Or rise up and fight again. You will be tempted to give in. You will hear voices, inside and outside, that say it's pointless. They will tell you that your best days are behind you. They will whisper that maybe this just isn't meant for you. Ignore them. You don't have to win every battle to win the war. You just have to keep showing up. You just have to keep swinging, even when your arms are heavy and your heart feels tired. Every champion has been broken. Every winner has faced defeat more times than they can count, but they got back up. They stood again when the world expected them to stay on the ground. Your failures are not a sign to stop. They are proof that you're in the game. They are evidence that you've tried when others didn't even start. You may feel bruised. You may feel worn out. You may feel like you've given everything you have and still come up short. But the truth is you haven't seen what you're truly capable of yet. You haven't tapped into the deepest part of your will. That part of you wakes up only when quitting is the easier option. It's the fire that burns when the world tells you you're done. So when you fail, once, twice, or 100 times, stand up one more time. Refuse to give in. Refuse to accept that this is the end of your story, because every time you rise after a fall, you're building something no failure can take away. You're building resilience. You're building unshakable strength. And one day, you'll look back and realize it wasn't the victories that made you. It was the battles you refused to walk away from. Turn pain and setbacks into fuel for your fight. Every wound you've carried has a story. Every disappointment has left a mark, and every struggle has left you standing here, still breathing, still fighting. Pain is not your enemy. It is a reminder that you've lived, that you've dared, that you've stepped into the arena when others stood on the sidelines. Setbacks are not roadblocks. They are lessons. They are tests to see how much you truly want what you're chasing. When life knocks you down, it's not always to stop you. Sometimes it's to force you to dig deeper, to find a strength you didn't know existed. Every heartbreak, every failure, every time you felt the ground disappear beneath you, it can either break you or build you. You decide. You can let the pain make you bitter, or you can let it sharpen you. You can let the setbacks convince you to stop, or you can let them fuel your hunger to win. Think of the people who said you couldn't do it. Think of the moments you thought you wouldn't survive. Think of the nights you cried in silence, wondering if it was all worth it. All of that is power. All of that is fuel. When you train, remember the struggle. When you fight, remember the doubters. When you're tired, remember the pain that tried to stop you. Because pain, when harnessed, is energy. It will push you further than comfort ever could. It will make you dig when your body says stop. It will make you rise when the world thinks you're done. Don't run from your scars. Wear them like armor. They are proof that you've faced the fire and walked out stronger. Turn the heartbreak into determination. Turn the loss into motivation. Turn every moment of struggle into the fuel that drives you forward. And when you finally stand in victory, you'll realize it wasn't the easy days that made you strong. It was the pain you turned into power. Push forward even when your body and mind tell you to stop. There will be moments when every part of you screams for rest, when your muscles ache, when your chest burns, when your thoughts become heavy and clouded. You will feel the weight of exhaustion pressing down. You will hear the voice in your head telling you to quit, telling you that you've done enough. And in that moment, you'll face a choice: stop now, or push beyond what you thought was possible. Your body will always try to protect you from discomfort. Your mind will always try to keep you safe from pain, but growth does not live in safety. Strength is not born in comfort. The extra mile is not traveled by those who give in when it hurts. It's walked by those who push through the fire, by those who keep moving even when it feels impossible. When you think you've given your all, you haven't. There is always more inside you, a hidden reserve of strength that only reveals itself when you decide to keep going despite the pain. That's the moment champions are made. Not when it's easy, but when it's unbearable. Not when the road is smooth, but when every step feels like a battle. You may slow down, but don't stop. You may stumble, but keep stepping. You may feel like your tank is empty, but your will can carry you further than you believe. Push forward when your legs feel like stone. Push forward when your lungs beg for air. Push forward when your mind is desperate for relief. Because every step you take after you've reached your limit is a step into a stronger version of yourself. Every moment you keep moving when you want to stop builds a strength that nothing can break. The pain will fade, the exhaustion will pass, but the pride of knowing you didn't quit will stay with you forever. When your body says enough and your mind says quit, let your heart say, I'm not done yet. Don't chase approval, focus on breaking your own limits. The world will always have something to say. Some will cheer for you, some will doubt you, and some will wait for you to fail. If you spend your life trying to please everyone, you'll waste it. If you live for their applause, you'll die when they stay silent. Approval is temporary. It shifts with trends, moods, and opinions. But the fight to break your own limits, that lasts forever, because that's a battle between you and the person you were yesterday. You are not here to fit into someone else's expectations. You are here to become the strongest version of yourself, to push past what you once thought was impossible. When you focus on your limits, you stop comparing your journey to anyone else's. You stop chasing validation and start chasing growth. And that's when real transformation happens. Some people will never understand your vision. Some will not see the work you're putting in, and that's okay. They're not supposed to. Your mission is not to convince them. It's to prove to yourself what you're capable of. Every time you train, every time you push through the pain, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're breaking the chains of your old self. You're rewriting the definition of your limits. There will be days when no one notices your progress. There will be victories that no one celebrates but you. Celebrate them anyway, because your worth is not measured in likes, claps, or praise. It's measured in the battles you've fought and the walls you've climbed, even when no one was watching. Don't bend your dreams to fit into someone else's box. Don't shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You were not made to be approved. You were made to be unstoppable. When you stop chasing approval, you stop running in circles. You start moving forward. You start unlocking the strength that's been waiting inside you all along. Focus on your limits and then break them again and again until the person you were yesterday can't even recognize who you've become. Accept that the road will be long and the fight will be hard. Too many people quit because they thought success would come faster. They imagined a straight path, smooth and easy, without obstacles. But life doesn't work that way. The road to your dreams is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It will test you in ways you cannot predict. It will demand more from you than you think you can give. There will be days when progress feels invisible, days when you feel like you're walking in circles, days when every step feels heavier than the last. You will face setbacks that make you question everything. You will meet challenges that seem bigger than your strength, and there will be moments when quitting feels like the most reasonable choice. But that's exactly why you must accept the truth. Now it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take a level of persistence that most people simply do not have. The fight will not always be fair. You may have to work twice as hard for half the reward. You may have to endure seasons of struggle before you see a single victory. That's why you must prepare your mind for the long haul. You can't just be ready for the start. You must be ready for the grind, for the endless hours, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices no one sees. The road will be long, but every step forward counts. The fight will be hard, but every round you survive brings you closer to the win. Every hardship is a test of your endurance. Every obstacle is a measure of your commitment. Every painful moment is shaping you into someone stronger than you were before. So don't wish for it to be easier. Wish for the strength to keep going when it gets harder, because it will. Accept the length of the road. Accept the weight of the fight, and then commit yourself fully, knowing that the journey may be long, but it will be worth every single step. Commit to never retreating or surrendering. Make the decision now, before the battle even begins. Decide that no matter how hard it gets, you will not back down. Decide that there is no turning back, no escape route, no giving in. Life will test you. It will push you to your breaking point. It will throw storms, obstacles, and pain in your way, just to see if you'll quit. Most people retreat when the pressure becomes too much. They convince themselves it's not worth it. They tell themselves they've already done enough, and that's why they never see what was waiting for them just beyond the struggle. But not you. You are not here to give half your effort. You are not here to stop when things get uncomfortable. You must plant your feet firmly and refuse to move backward. You must be willing to endure the hits, the failures, and the moments of doubt without losing sight of your goal. Retreat is easy, surrender is easy, but nothing great has ever come from the easy road. Every time you hold your ground, you get stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you take another step toward victory. Every time you fight through the pain, you prove to yourself that you are unbreakable. There will be moments when you feel outmatched, moments when it seems like the world is too big and your strength is too small. But in those moments, remember the size of your opponent doesn't matter when you refuse to fall. You may bend, but you will not break. You may slow down, but you will not turn back. You may take hits, but you will not wave the white flag. Your commitment must be absolute. Your resolve must be unshakable. Because when you decide that surrender is not an option, you take away fear's greatest weapon. Stand your ground, hold your line, and fight until the fight is over, because you've already chosen that retreat will never be your story. Adapt and keep moving. Run, walk, or crawl if you must. Life will not always go according to your plan. The path will twist, the terrain will change, and the conditions will not always be in your favor. There will be days when you feel unstoppable, running full speed toward your goals, and there will be days when it feels like every step is a struggle. But no matter how the pace changes, the rule remains the same. Keep moving. Progress is not always about speed. Sometimes it's about persistence. Sometimes it's about refusing to stop, even if all you can manage is one small step forward. You will face situations that force you to adjust. You may have to take a different route. You may have to slow down. You may have to change your approach completely. But adaptation is not defeat. It is strength. It is the skill that keeps you alive in the fight when others give up. If you can run, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. Because forward is forward, no matter the speed. Too many people quit because they can't go as fast as they want. They let frustration convince them that slower means failure, but the truth is, slower still wins over standing still. Every step you take, no matter how small, keeps you in the game. Every adjustment you make keeps your dream alive. The journey doesn't demand perfection, it demands motion. When the weight is too heavy, shift it. When the path is blocked, find another way. When your energy is low, move in the smallest way you can. Because even on your hardest day, movement is a victory. Even when you're crawling, you're still leaving the past behind. Adapt to the challenges, flow with the changes, but never stop moving toward what you've decided is yours. Run when you can, walk when you have to, crawl if you must, but whatever you do, keep going. Make winning a decision, not just a dream. Dreams are beautiful, but they are not enough on their own. A dream without action is just a wish. A hope without commitment fades as soon as life gets hard. Winning is not something that happens by accident. It's not something that falls into your lap because you wanted it badly enough. It's something you choose, deliberately, consciously, and relentlessly. When you decide to win, you remove the option to quit. You remove the excuses, you remove the safety nets that make it easy to fall back into comfort. A decision is different from a desire. Desire says, I hope I can. Decision says, I will, no matter what. When you make winning a decision, you commit to showing up on the good days and the bad days. You commit to pushing forward when it's exciting and when it's exhausting. You commit to the process, not just the outcome. The truth is, many people dream big, but very few decide to do whatever it takes. They want the reward, but not the sacrifice. They want the result, but not the grind. But once you decide, truly decide, everything changes. Your mindset shifts, your priorities align. You stop entertaining distractions. You start making moves that match your vision. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating the moment through your actions. It's about making every choice serve the victory you've already claimed in your mind. There will be obstacles. There will be delays. There will be times when you doubt yourself. But a decision to win means you keep going through all of it. You don't ask, will this work? You tell yourself, I'll make it work. Winning becomes inevitable when you've already decided it's yours. Because every step, every effort, every sacrifice is a brick in the foundation of your victory. Don't just dream about winning, decide, and then live every single day like the decision is final. Stand tall through storms, criticism, and doubt. Life will not hand you calm seas. It will send storms that shake your foundation. It will test your patience, your courage, and your belief in yourself. There will be moments when everything feels like it's crashing around you. The winds will roar, the waves will rise, and it will feel easier to kneel down and hide than to keep standing. But storms don't last forever, they pass, and when they do, the ones still standing are the ones who refuse to bow to fear. Criticism will come from every direction. Some will disguise it as advice. Some will use it to try to tear you down, and some will simply not understand your vision. If you let their voices dictate your steps, you'll lose your way. Not every opinion deserves a seat at your table. Not every voice should be allowed to guide your journey. You must learn to stand firm, even when the world questions your every move. You must trust yourself enough to keep walking forward while others doubt you. And that doubt, sometimes it will come from inside your own mind. There will be days when you question your abilities, when you wonder if you're strong enough, smart enough, or capable enough, but doubt is just noise. It only wins if you listen to it. Standing tall is not about pretending the storm isn't real. It's about refusing to let it break you. It's about facing the wind, looking it in the eye, and saying, "You will not move me." You may bend, but you will not snap. You may shake, but you will not fall, because your roots go deeper than the storm can reach. Let the criticism fuel your fire. Let the doubt sharpen your focus. Let the storms strengthen your resolve. And when the skies clear and the noise fades, you will still be there standing tall. Endure until you're the last one standing, not until it's convenient, not until it's comfortable, until every other voice has gone quiet and every other competitor has stepped aside. Endurance is not about speed. It's about staying in the fight longer than anyone else. It's about holding on when others let go. The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they stop too soon. They quit when the road gets rough. They walk away when the pressure becomes too heavy. But you must be different. You must decide that no matter how long it takes, you will still be there at the end. There will be times when it feels like you're moving in slow motion, when progress is so small it's almost invisible. But small progress is still progress. One more step is still closer to the finish. Pain will visit you. Fatigue will try to convince you to rest forever. Doubt will whisper that it's pointless to keep going. But if you can silence the noise, if you can push through the burn, if you can keep standing when your legs want to give out, you will outlast them all. This is not about being the fastest. It's about being the one who refuses to fall. It's about enduring storms, setbacks, and moments of weakness without letting them break you. Even when the crowd leaves, even when the lights fade, even when you feel like the fight has no end stay in it, because endurance is a weapon. It outshines talent, it outlasts luck, and it turns ordinary people into legends. One by one, those around you will slow down. One by one, they will step aside. And when the dust settles, the only one left will be the one who refused to quit. Endure the pain, endure the doubt, endure the endless fight until you are the last one standing.